What I thought I'd do is I wanted to talk a little bit more about California-based healthcare innovation with some specific concrete examples. And I don't want us to lose sight of the patient and the innovation that's driven out of the California system as we have developed over the years and over the last decades that have delivered some terrific products. And you may be wondering why someone with the title of Abbott Laboratories is sitting up here. I know you imagine we're a large pharmaceutical company based in Chicago, but actually we've become a very large diversified player within healthcare in the state of California with more than 8,000 employees involved in medical device innovation, 5 medical device businesses headquartered here, including cardiovascular devices and ophthalmology and diabetes, et cetera. So we're front and center with this. There's a company called eValve that's now a part of Abbott Laboratories. And here's a company that progressed now on its 10th anniversary, more than $100 million of capital developed and dedicated to that, hundreds of people involved, still hasn't earned penny one in the United States. And you think about some of the comments that the panel talked about, how do you sustain an environment that kind of commitment over a very long period of time, those kinds of dollars, those kinds of people making their dedication to that can make that possible. That's the kind of uniqueness that's out there. What's exciting about this particular technology is it happens to be less expensive than the surgical counterpart, even including the device, and it's less expensive than medical therapy. So when you think about Obamacare and some of the innovations that we're trying to promote, here's an example of a technology that really should be front and center with some of the policy motives that we're thinking about going forward. And yet you need to have an incubated environment for at least a decade to be able to do that. It's getting harder and harder. I think all of us would attest to what it is. It's not just healthcare reform that we are trying to work through, but also the complexity of a changing regulatory environment. And some of us would argue that more significant to threat to than healthcare reform to innovation in California is actually the changing rules and regulations of a more conservative regulatory environment that we participate in. So it's not just healthcare reform, it's not just comparative effectiveness, but the larger climate that we participate in. These are meaningful innovations. It's an industry that is a great testament to the combination of the university setting, industry, and a favorable climate for new technology that has made the California healthcare engine what it is today.